me. 3, 2, 1.
Hello guys, tuning you back again. Well, this time we got a review of Paprium on the Sega MegaDrive. I know this obviously came out ages ago, but it ain't exactly the easiest game in the world to get hold of. So basically, I'm going to get the white elephant out of the room straight away. Paprium and Watermelon Games and Fonzie, who made this, pretty much scam artists. They made the game, took loads of pre-orders, and they never fulfilled loads of the pre-orders, including myself, who never got a copy, so pretty much they pinched my cash, same as they did with a lot of other people. And then they kickstarted again for a second one to release this game on modern systems. And I got them. They did admit to me on Twitter that pretty much that's not what the Kickstarter was for. It was actually Kickstarter to pay for the older version so they could send it to everyone. So they lied, but that turned out to be another scam as well, because 2 years on from that and nothing at all has been heard about the modern versions of this game. So yes, unfortunately, I'm a little bit bitter, but you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the sensible approach, and I'm just going to forget that, and I'm just going to review this game for as what it is. So I'm not going to take my biases into account. I'm just basically going to review the game for what it is, what I think of actually the game. So, as we'll start this up. So this is an 80 meg Mega Drive game. So it's an 80 megabit cartridge, which is a very big cartridge indeed. The cartridge itself has some extra chips. I think it's got an extra sound chip. It's got an FPGA on it as well. This is why this card has never been dumped essentially. At least, well, parts of it have been dumped, but there's no ROM or anything like that, so you have to have the original cartridge. And like I said, not many people got the original cartridges. I will say this cartridge is not mine. I've borrowed it off my mate because he was lucky enough to get his. So yeah, so it's quite a big cartridge, and there's a bit of extra technology and stuff in here. This is why it hasn't been dumped. So you start off, you've got an arcade mode, which lasts about 3/4 an hour, something like that. It's the same set of levels all the way through, and you get to pick 3 characters. And then you've got an original mode, which you get a couple of save slots, and you play the game through and through. I'm not exactly sure exactly how it works. You get like alternative routes to levels. There's loads of new levels on here as well. Literally, there's loads of stuff I haven't even seen on here. I say I probably played this for about. I streamed it twice. I probably played it for about 14 hours, 15 hours, basically, so far. So I got a good idea what the game is actually all about. And you've got an option screen in here. You got basically your BGM, volume, gain. There is a DAC inside the cartridge. So basically, you can turn the extra sound chip off, and have it running through the YM2612 sound chip. So basically, it sounds like this. Or you can actually turn that off, and it'll go through the extra sound chip. It makes the music and sound a lot fuller and better. There is a couple of extra options with that. Like, I'm not playing it on PAL, so it doesn't really matter. You can rename a lot of the characters, I believe, in this. You can have friendly fire, so basically when you're playing doubles on you can't hit each other. And you can have a CPU second player following you around, which is, I haven't tried that option. And you can clear your saves and that type of thing. And this is a nice feature. It comes with a calibration option for your monitor, which is quite handy. So I did use on this arcade cab and run this on, just to get the screen running as best as I could get it running. So I thought that's quite a nice option. So I will show you the arcade game first. and I'll show you exactly what this has got to offer. See, this game, it does have some very nice music. It also has some very nice graphics as well. You got a couple of options. You can play the district you can run through because there's different sort of levels through this. So I'm going to play the medium district, and you got a level difficulty. You got your three characters. You got your standard big guy, which is actually he's pretty fast. He's pretty good. All the characters, they are a little bit different. You got your standard woman character. It was basically based off Blaze on Streets of Rage, funny enough. And you got the guy who looks like a weirdly dancing Punisher. It was also quite good. But they're all different in their own way. They've all got a different special. They've all got slightly different punches and kicks. And various moves. So we're going to go the big guy because I quite like the big guy. So as you can see, the graphics are quite nice. There's a lot of like graffiti and things in the background on the levels, and there's a lot of detail and sort of love put into this. I'll give it that. Each characters have got basically your throw moves and various other things. I do quite like you can grab a character and you can swap sides and throw them different ways, which is good. You've got a special move, which I've just used then, which you pick up, which allows you to do your special continuously. Normally, so basically now we've got this. You've also got a down punch. The characters have got different essentially moves, and there's essentially one target combo depending on what you're doing. You've got lots of pickups to give you extra points. I'm not quite sure what the cards do though. The cards are everywhere. You can double tap forward and then the button, and he does his charge move. When some characters, if I do this, sometimes some characters you'll kill him and they stand on the floor dazed, which it can happen to you as well. And if you hit them with the charge move while they're dazed, it takes quite a bit of energy off and usually kills them. Otherwise, they get back up and they don't actually die. They come up for another hit. See, he was dazed then on the floor, but he stayed there for a while. You can get out of grabs as well, like that. Enemies can grab you and pick you up, and then you've got to fight the enemy in front of you. You also got a back punch move, which is two buttons together, which can come in quite handy actually. I see him on the floor there now. If I hit him like that, he'll die. So what I would say with this game is it doesn't have a huge amount of moves and combos, but it has enough to keep you happy essentially. There's certain enemies you can ride, like these guys, and then they will take quite a bit of energy off the characters, but I'm gonna get off that. These guys, there's like a robot. There's almost like a robot version of them that come in the game, and you can actually ride them, and they're like stupidly fast. And this game seems to be set in like a weird post-apocalyptic future. I say you got your jump moves as well, which are very handy in this game. And there's lots of different weapons and stuff you can pick up. There's a knife, there's the chain. Good thing about the knife and the chain, they tend to stun lock the enemies. Like you'll see, like I say, it'll stun lock them, and you can stun lock multiple groups of enemies as well. The same with the knife. You've also what I've nicknamed the electric dildo, which is it doesn't look like much, but it's like an electric stick. There's energy pickups as well now and then. Can be a little bit sparse on energy in places. Music wise, it does have very good music, but this music on this first level is like really basic and the loop is very small. The other thing that's quite impressive about this game as well is the sheer amount of enemies that it'll chuck on screen to. You can sometimes, I haven't managed to count them all. Sometimes you can get about 9 or 10 enemies on screen. And the way to deal with them is like in Final Fight really, we're getting enemies all on one side of the screen. And dealing with them that way. And like I say, your jump kick is a very good way of getting out of things as well. Here we are, the first boss. As they attack me. Right, okay, so he's chucking those discs around there, they'll electrify. They don't take a lot of energy off you, but I'm gonna throw him out of there. Basically, if I get him now, he will die straight away, but I missed him. So that charge would have killed him while he was stunned on the floor. I say that can happen to you as well, mind. You can get knocked over and get stunned, and if they hit you with other moves, it'll kill you as well. So that's the first level. It's weird, sometimes this is animated really well, and then other times you get things like this where they stand in still and it's just literally 2 frames. But generally when you're walking around the game and you're fighting, it is really well animated. I really like the backgrounds in this as well, and I quite like the characters. They're like zany and crazy looking. You know, from all the previews they showed of this and the pictures, I would say they definitely delivered in graphics wise. There's holes you can hit enemies down on some levels like I just did then. It's also sometimes you get, you know, you get ladders and things in the background. If you hit the ladders, they'll knock enemies down as well. Like I said, it hasn't got a huge combo system, but you know, it's not something like I'm trying to think what other games out there, you know, like Streets of Rage 3 or any, not 3, but even 4, you know, where it's got massive combos and you can do a lot with it. But there's definitely enough combo-wise here to make it interesting. Sometimes you get these motorbike enemies as well. You got hit off. See, I've been knocked over and stunned then. If he'd actually hit me then, he probably would have taken a huge amount of energy off me. Diddle-dee-dee. Yeah, some of these enemies sit there watching the TV. So you get the idea how this actually works. And you just basically work your way through the levels, and then there's a big boss at the end, sort of like Streets of Rage style essentially, and various other beat 'em ups. See, this is where it comes down. You can stun lock a lot of these enemies. So that's part of the normal game. So if I reset this a minute, I'll show you. So I don't want to play too much of it. You can go back and have a look at my live streams, because I live streamed it twice, going through the game. It's not too difficult after a couple of goes to actually 1cc the standard arcade mode. I've seen that picture before. So we're going to play original mode. I have been working my way through it here. As you can see, I've got quite far through it, and I've got a completely different sets of levels that lots of levels I haven't seen before, and I've got to a really hard set of levels at the moment, which I can't. I've tried a few times to get through it, but I can't. So let's have a go with the girl. I don't know her name. It does say on the start screen. So the more you play, the meat of the game is basically in the original mode. So she's fast, as you can see. She's got a spin move, rather like Blaze, basically. And she can spin over, she can spin through him. Oops, I got hit by a barrel. See, he grabbed me then. See, she's got a really fast jump kick. She does seem like the best character. See, her special now is basically continuous spins. But at first, I did think she was probably the best character. But I've got to admit, once you start getting into the other characters, I think they're all just as good as each other. And I do like her, but I think I like the big guy the best. But it's definitely easier with her, I would say, to finish the game. Because of his speed comes in very handy. You can also kick enemies when they're on the floor as well. By doing that, which I always completely and utterly forget to do. You sometimes get those barrel things to blow up as well. Wow. You can hit enemies down the holes as well, like you can in other beat-em-ups. I will say with this game as well, that there's a lot of music tracks on this game. I don't know exactly how many are on yet, but once you start playing this original mode, there's a lot more levels and a lot more music tracks. There is a website you can have a look on as well. I'll see the enemy grab me then. I'll put it in the description of all the secrets and unlockables on this game, and to be honest, this game looks like it's got a ridiculous amount of unlockables and secrets. Loads of stuff. There's supposedly 2 extra characters as well, but you've got to do levels in certain and go certain ways to unlock them, I believe. But it's all on our website how to do it. So they definitely thought about adding ridiculous amount of secrets and stuff in this game. Say playability wise, you basically got your punch button, which then you can do your, depending on what you're doing, double tap forward and ducking down, and then you got your jump, 2 buttons together do the back attack, and you've got your button then for your special, which I ain't got one. That's what they do in that. So it's a pretty simple 3-button game. And it does play very well. We'll get out of here. So yeah, I think there's a lot of replayability with this to actually see everything this game's got to offer, and to get everything you will play through it a lot. I like scroll along beat 'em ups, but I'm not like a massive fan of them, if you know me. I do like them. I'm not massively into them, and I've got to be honest, I actually find this game really good fun to play. I have not got bored of it at all since I've been playing it. So we'll get to the next level. Get in it. See, now we're starting to chuck loads of enemies at you. I say this is where she's quite handy with that. Got him. That's it, we're out with the sewers. Yeah, these set levels are very difficult. Right, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to hit this guy off. I'm going to chuck him down here. And to pick it up, throw on him. Here we go. This boss is surprisingly easy. Oh, he hit me off. Yet. He does get stun locked on the edge. What you could do, you could be quite funny, just keep throwing him off. Let's see if I can throw him off the edge again. That's it, chuck him down. You can't actually kill him by throwing him off the edge. He keeps popping back up, you've got to get that last hit in to kill him. So we're out of the sewers now, we're in Aqua World. I was watching the intro just now and then before I actually started recording as well, and there is levels on that intro that I haven't seen. So, unfortunately, unless this gets a modern release, I don't think any of us are ever going to get a chance to play it. Unless you pay the crazy prices it costs to buy it. I thought it's a pretty good idea to stand by here and all these enemies come on. So when we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 on screen but there. It does get more. Another thing you may have noticed with the music changes pitch quite a bit and it sounds like it's broken. I see why they've done it, just to give you a slightly different sort of music, but if you listen to some of the notes now where it changes pitch, sometimes it can just sound wrong, which is really weird. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to pause a bit and give you my thoughts of it. Right, like I said, I've played it for about 14-15 hours. Not a huge beat 'em up fan, but I do like them. I think this game looks really nice. I think it does have nice music, even though the pitch changing is really weird and it can at times make the music sound like it's gone wrong, which is a bit weird, but you sort of get your head around it. Playability-wise, I think it plays really well, and the characters are good. I think they're all a little bit different, and you will end up playing all the other characters, which, to be honest, I've found all the characters fun. It's not just the girl who's good, the other ones are good. Like I said, the big guy, I think, is probably my favourite character. Graphics, very nicely done. It has like I don't know, not a pastel-y look like a colour palette, but it has a more like a purpley sort of dark reddish yellowy sort of colour palette. It's a bit hard to describe. But yeah, the graphics are done pretty well. It's got nice animation as well. It is really good fun to play. I gotta admit, I like this game a lot. I wasn't, obviously, considering the situation with this game, I didn't know whether I was gonna like it, but I gotta be honest, I actually really like this game. I think it's really good, and if this was mine, I think I'd play it a hell of a lot more, and I'd probably get a lot more use out of this than I probably would with any of the other scroll-on beat-em-ups I've played for a long time. It is a really nice game with some really nice ideas, and definitely the original mode is where to go, is where all the unlockables go. I would like to play the other two characters, but I'd have to try and figure out how you unlock them. And with the sheer amount of secrets in this game, I think there's a hell of a lot to come back to as well. So how would I rate it against other beat-em-ups on the Mega Drive? And I'm going to rate it up against the Mega Drive's classic, which is, Streets of Rage 2 or Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage doesn't get enough love. I'm going to say now, I think the music is probably better than the original Streets of Rage and Streets of Rage 2. I know that sounds like blasphemy, but they're both fantastic soundtracks. But I think the first soundtrack gets a bit overlooked by the second one. But yeah, both very good games. And how would I rate this up against those games? I've got to be honest, I think this game might actually be just as good as the Streets of Rage games. I think Watermelon Games and Fonzie have actually created a pretty fantastic beat 'em up. To the point that even with what happened and me never getting my copy, which I never will get my copy, I can't fault it. The game is actually really cool, and it just makes me more gutted that I never actually got my copy of it, which is a shame. So yeah, I think this is pretty much one of the best beat 'em ups on the Mega Drive. But unfortunately, the majority of people out there are never ever going to play it, unless magically, which I severely doubt it, considering the Watermelon website is gone now. It's literally not there anymore, that we're ever going to hear anything about this game ever again. Unfortunately, so those guys who backed the second Kickstarter, you've probably lost your money. which is a shame. But just on the game itself, I think I highly rate this game. It is very cool indeed. So unfortunately, guys, I've got to get my copy back today. Hence this quick review. So yeah, I might never get to play this game ever again, which I'm a little bit gutted about, which is weird. But yeah, so anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that review. And if you ever do get the chance to play it, definitely give Paprium a go. It is actually a really cool belt-scrolling beat 'em up. It's a very good belt-scrolling beat 'em up, actually. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. And if you do want to see a little bit more about the game and you know, a one-credit playthrough and stuff, have a look at the 2 live streams I did, which were basically yesterday and the weekend before. So check them out and see what you think of the game yourself. But anyway, guys, cheers for that, and I shall catch you on the next live stream. So bye now.